कृपया ध्यान दीजिए, the language used on the podcast may not be fit for consumption. We warn you, tread carefully. But listen yaar, don't be so conservative. Welcome to Cyrus Says, brought to you by Jupiter, a banking app that helps you master your money. It's also very close to the film Pushpa, which I'll be talking about throughout this show. But before we do that, I don't have a rant, but I don't think it's a hack. But it's a helpful hint, I think. I realized that there's some places where you feel awkward. For me, it's most of the places I go to. Was at the Biometric place in Nariman Point, because I may go to Bangladesh for immigration finally to migrate. Was there, found that they took away our phones, we had nothing to do. My son and me were staring at each other. And I realized that if you pretend to chew gum, you feel more comfortable. Because I had forgotten gum and I was just thinking how if I had something to eat or whatever would have been great. So I pretended, I started feeling more comfortable around people. But I had no gum. It was just a joke. But it just gave me a sort of auto-suggestion to my brain that it's all good, you're relaxed, and it was sort of therapeutic and I relaxed. Like guests on our show, let's meet them right now. We've got in alphabetical order, Baldy, long hair, and the beard fucker. Right. So we've got everybody on the show. We've got good guys. Okay, here, Abbas, before we talk to the regulars, let's meet Ekalavya, named after a film, I think, Vidhu Vinod Chopra.
Yeah.
It went to the Oscars.
So, went to the Oscars, controversially.
Oscars, and I'm thinking the parents, it was the Saturday night, and yeah, it's a thing where I think Amitabh Bachchan plays he's like the help or something, right?
I think, the blind guard.
Yeah, exactly.
I was
exactly.
named far
and Baman is the boss.
Actually released.
And Baman is the boss. Yeah.
So are you the inspiration for the movie?
Maybe.
I think you're the
100%.
original
Maybe,
story.
maybe,
Amazing.
yeah. I still had my thumb, man. So people were like, "Chalo, theek hai." For those
But
who don't
Ekalavya,
know the Ekalavya story.
Just correct me if I'm wrong, but the real title, the working title was Battacharya. And then they changed it to
They
Ekalavya.
changed it, right?
Is this correct? Yeah.
Maybe.
This is the level of the show. Just since you're, I think, first time on, you're a virgin. You can see the Abbas had full growth of hair before he started. By the way.
Yeah, actually.
And Abbas, should we mention that our first or our last host, anchor, what's the update on that? And
So I spoke
should
to
we
him
have
in
2
the
minutes
afternoon.
silence?
No, we don't have to have 2 minutes of silence. I spoke to
Okay,
him
thank God.
in the afternoon for business purposes, and
Right.
when he picked up the call, he was sounding very
You
sick.
sound like, you're Ambani and he's Adani. It's not that type of business. I mean, this fucking podcast nobody listens to with no money involved. But anyway, go ahead.
No,
Yeah.
when he picked up the phone, he was sounding very sick because he thought we were going to give him work. And then when we asked him for a couple of things, then he was sounding very bright and sprightly, and he told us what we need to do and just administered
Hey,
work
that's
to me
spot
and
on,
Vinay.
yeah.
And then again, while hanging up, he was like, "Yeah, please pray for me." I was like, "Yeah, sure, Silvery, I'll pray for you. We'll see you in the chat."
Pray for you.
hopefully."
Why are we
He's not a
praying for him?
91-year-old abandoned
Oh,
refugee
Shreyas
on the
doesn't know.
border of
Even
India.
I don't know the context. What's
Okay,
the context?
so
Oh, you don't know
I'll
the context.
fill Ekalavya in very quickly. So
No, how bad are we as podcasters that our own guests don't know what we're talking about? Forget the people listening.
why would he know anything
Really?
about this internal?
You haven't done
Because he should be following the podcast.
Abbas didn't send me the links.
Hey, not my problem. It's Vinay's problem. Who's sitting next, not giving a
Eklavya's
fuck.
excused. We can excuse one, but not Shreya. Shreya's not excused. This is not right.
The show has 2 producers. One is called Silvery, one is me. And Silvery has been sick for the last 1 week, and we have big doubts about his sickness because yeah. So, and it's dude. I have to say, Cyrus, this is the first time I've done the whole week of daily Cyrus episodes with one to go tomorrow, and it's a very exhausting procedure, if I may say
I'm so sorry. I apologize. I
That's
understand
okay.
what you're going through.
Also,
But
just wanted to relay
Yeah.
some facts. Antrik, I'm supposed to go to a party with Silvery tomorrow night. That has been decided. That has been the
That's
plan.
still on.
That's still on. I haven't heard any indications.
Oh, this go. You got to do it. Oh my.
I literally told him, I was like, "You're coming, right?" He
He
said, "Yeah, I'm also bringing a +1." I said, "Yeah, of course." So, I mean,
the plus one's
Are you the
name?
plus one?
Fever. What the heck is going on, man? This guy's playing us like a fiddle, yaar. Boss, what is this nonsense?
I don't
He's
know.
partying like a madman. And by the way, he fell sick on a Saturday, like from a weekend. Wow.
But
Wow, this is creepy stuff now.
Ekalavya has a new show. The first
Oh, right,
episode of
right.
which dropped
Of course.
today. So
Yes.
we should
Guys,
know
please
more
like,
about that.
share, even if you are not seeing it.
We tried
Helps
that.
the
It didn't work.
algorithm.
Ekalavya, we tried that. That doesn't work.
Doesn't help the algorithm. Damn.
Zero. I mean, yeah. Some other option if you have to promote
That's why
the
I'm
show.
on this show, right? Hoping that some people who are watching this will also
no.
go and say, "Who's this guy,
This will
man?
just
Let's
make
check
your
him out."
show- We put this show to make your show look good. Don't worry about it. That's where the show's on.
We should
But,
mention what the show is called. It's called Future Proofing with Ekalavya Bhattacharya.
Proofing.
Future Proofing.
Yeah,
Proofing.
we're not proving.
Future proofing.
Okay, now,
So that y'all
now that you bring it up,
listeners can get a job in the future if they can just
Oh,
like
shoot.
cite my gyan to others.
That's a
Say,
good
"Ha,
pitch."
ha."
oh my God.
That's it. Like
Then I'm totally off here.
completely.
I thought it was to do with like
at 70,
this
at
waterproofing
70 you
issue.
don't need to care about your future, Cyrus.
That's true, but at 70, waterproofing is a big issue. I was thinking you're
With
that
monsoons
guy.
on its way, yeah, for sure.
Yes. Don't joke about this. It's terrible when the Patels get wet for no reason.
That
just
sounds
because they're
very
on the
wrong,
ground
Cyrus.
floor.
I would not phrase it that way.
Wait, so I just want to quickly ask,
Just, somebody's
how's
got partners with a lot of sexual
Tell
thoughts,
me.
huh, brother?
how's the future looking
Future for whom?
for everyone?
Future.
What is this, a BJP conflict?
Yeah,
Bring on that.
Bro, I don't have this crystal ball and all, but yeah, like the
Okay.
all
Should
which
have
you
two,
can
huh?
do,
Check again.
all which you can do is the web is evolving. Web 1, Web 2. A lot of people are really confused. What the hell is Web 3? So for people, so that you don't look stupid in conversations when people are talking about Web 3, crypto, metaverse, and you can give in your couple of points, or when if you're on a WhatsApp group and you want to like seem legit and smart, and you're too lazy to actually go and do all your research.
That's how people.
I and my guests have done that research. You just have to like listen to the podcast or see the podcast on YouTube and just be smart, and that's at least gonna sort out that future. For rest, I think tarot card readers and crystal balls. I'm sure like you can reach out
I
to
think
them.
you brought up a very relevant point. The elephant in the room, which I want to talk about it now and get it off our back finally. That's two metaphors: elephant in the room and monkey on the back. But and that is, do we say, because Amit keeps shouting at us about this, do we say we watch the podcast or do we say we listen to the podcast? I don't know what to do.
It's both, no?
They bought special cameras for this,
Yeah.
I realized, so when we were shooting it,
But he
there were
screams
three-
at us if we mention it as a visual show. He's like, it's an audio show which has a visual quality.
Yeah,
I got
correct.
very confused.
they made me edit my text on Instagram also. Since you mentioned that, so it's a
it
video.
up.
It's a video podcast.
Which is also
What?
available in audio form.
Actually,
If you want to listen
That's
to
very
it.
This is like
futuristic.
saying,
I
if
have
if you
to
get
say.
distracted
And
by
Abbas,
looking
correct.
at the host, then yeah, and probably like good-looking host, like I don't know, like some people might qualify. And if you get too distracted, then please listen to it on Spotify.
Why would you bring that up?
or if you're listening
Why
to
so
it on your
unnecessary? I'm
treadmill.
old, 70. Enough is enough. Yeah. Oh, but this is terrible. This is really sad. We don't know what to do with this show. And now we get this guy who's got nothing to do with his show and he wants to come on this show and mess up both the shows. I know. This is just stupid planning. Abbas, there's
Yes.
a question on Silvery. Huh? I think he's now going to be the man of the match. Whether we like week for the week, he's the man of the match. Because there is a sub theme in our podcast which is making it
Yeah.
interesting. Is Silvery lying? Guys, I put it out there and we need to vote on this.
Should I call him and be like, yo, you're ready, right? Should I call him?
I don't think he's listening to the podcast because he would have come in by now for sure.
Someone
So
else
is it,
hired
should we
him?
do it?
The Spotify.
Abbas,
hired
should
him
we,
or
should we call?
Call him on air.
You don't go to Spotify from IBM. You go to the McDonald's and maybe work tables. You don't.
No, it's not that bad, Cyrus.
Abbas,
Yeah.
you went all the way to
And I
Powai and
came
came
back.
back to the same job.
Yes.
And you're not telling us what happened.
Nothing
Is it
happened.
true
the
you
other-
tried to drown yourself, but it was too shallow?
Wait, you went
Something
to
like
check
that.
on him in Powai?
No. I had a job in between
You had a job.
where the office was in Powai. The job was in television, and I have realized television is a dying medium.
Yeah.
And
It's a dead medium.
I would rather come to
Thanks,
a
thanks.
future-proof.
We have an episode on that, right? We have an episode on that.
As a representative of television, I thank you for all that. Thank you so much.
No, but now
By the way,
you're also in
Rishi-
podcasts, right?
Oh
my God. Aisha is
Is
here.
that my mom? Oh, please, sir. It's her birthday tomorrow. She's just feeling lonely
okay.
and wants someone to wish her.
Happy
They all-
birthday in
Happy
advance.
birthday.
Okay. Don't force them to wish you. They don't care. They don't know your name. There's a kid here who's like 18 years old who's deadlifting 140 kilos and throwing it in my face. If I had his testosterone levels, I'd probably jump on his head right now. But that's not because of the weight training issue. Yeah. All right. Coming back to, are you paying attention to this sideshow? No, let's get back to the main show. Oh, by the way,
Yeah.
it is her birthday. Huh? So
I
guys,
know.
send her something now.
Sure.
If you can.
Now we
But
have
the truth,
to.
Silvery, what's happening?
Cyrus says.
Are we calling?
Cyrus, put your mic closer to your mouth is what Rishi is. No,
He
put
said
it lower
lower
to
your mic.
lower, a little lower is what
So
he
that
said.
means like this. Now I'll have to do the show
No,
like this.
not your face, the microphone.
But how do I do it? It's
Like
attached to my
this.
face. They're not
No,
separate
it's
entities.
not attached to your face. Just pull it down.
Tell Rishi to come here and show me. It's only a 4-hour drive. Okay.
She's given
I'll
up
do
on life.
Tech support.
Yeah.
Can,
Show
can
me.
you say something? Oh, that was sweet.
Not sweet, yeah. Women do this to me all the time. Abbas, and
All
also they wear it
right.
to other people. What do I do? I pretend to chew gum. That's all I do. I can't do anything else.
Are we good now? Rishi?
Only Shreyas can understand as a dolphin lover.
Okay, we're
The
good.
female attention.
Cool.
Send her an IVM t-shirt.
Speaking of which,
Merchandise plug.
speaking of which, Cyrus, thank you so much for that smooth transition.
We have reverse marketing options here. We have
Of
a
course, yeah.
technique. But just give us a little time. All right. Silvery, final, then we can move on. So what do you think? Are you going to call?
We'll call him after
Yes?
the break.
After the break, done.
No, you're giving him a warning then. You call him
No,
right
he's
now.
not watching this.
How
Last
are you
time
so
we called
confident?
Kunal live. Guys, with
Can we
Kajal,
have
we
the
called
shirts?
Kunal
Yes.
live and you saw what happened.
Cyrus, can I plug the shirts and then we can ponder about Silvery?
All right.
So,
Ready.
these
The
are the
model is
wonderful
ready.
Cyrus Says merchandise that
I'm
you
on
can
a
get.
horse, by the way. I'm on a horse. You're plugging the shirt. There you go.
There's
If you
another
just
design,
tune in, it's
which-
a great podcast.
Yes, and a great T-shirt also. It's called "I Don't Do Coke, I Do Pepsi." There's this
Yeah.
particular design says designed
Well,
by
try
the
and get the
Russian
line.
president himself,
You
and
can't name him out.
Well, we don't know if
well,
he's
it's
alive.
right there
We
on the
don't know if he's alive.
shirt.
You suddenly get hacked.
And this is
Yeah.
particularly for you, Cyrus, the Boomer Energy, which is my personal favorite, and the one that you're wearing in a different color today. It says "I pet dogs for cardio," and you can get all these on the IBM website. There's a shop tab on the website where you click. If you click the shop tab, it'll redirect you to the T-shirt page, and you can get this in various sizes. I have also tried a few, and they're a little tight, but people thinner than me can definitely get this. So yes, please
Love
get
that,
your hands
love
on
that
the
review.
merch.
Abbas, love that review.
Shreyas, can you repeat what he said?
Yeah. The last part, I think it was
No.
basically just buy the merchandise is
Yes,
what he's
please.
saying. But it was too tight. It was too tight for you. The one of
If
the
you buy 10 T-shirts
How dare
tonight,
you talk to me like that? First he calls me old. Now you're saying it's too tight for you. What's going on? What relationship is this?
if
My
you
God,
buy
I'm
10
off this.
T-shirts by tonight, Silvery will make an appearance tomorrow.
I can't. Why can't we investigate this matter? Why are we letting it go? We have to investigate the matter because he's not on the show at the moment.
I'll
So
try
I
and
really
call
have to
him.
meet the silvery person now. Like it's
Or
been
you-
10 minutes, 12 minutes, and I'm like, who is this? I'm really curious.
You
now.
will regret it in 10 minutes. So let's not go there. But I'll try and call him after the break. But can we go to the topics now, Cyrus?
Before that, I have to say there is
the
some
party?
producer beef. I can just see like a rivalry between host beef, a host
Yeah.
beef, a
But it's a
rivalry
reverse beef.
between. Sorry.
Shreyas, you're right. You're somewhat correct, but it's a reverse beef problem because neither one wants to be on the show. So you see that it's there. The fight is how to get out. That's the whole fight. Yeah.
Well, one of us is clearly winning. So yeah, the other one has.
But why is it? I think you touched upon something very interesting. Why is it back in school days and even like with my kids or whatever, when you're doing an excuse with the boss, with the teachers or whatever, we always put on that voice of sickness, right? Everybody does that. You just go a little more sick in your voice. I'm not feeling too good. I don't know why that happens. It's so unnecessary.
I just don't understand how these reasons haven't evolved over the years. Like, how are the same
That's
reasons
what-
during like 50 years ago and even today? Like, why?
What was
do you think in the
your-
future there are going to be some newer excuses?
Bro, I think pandemics
people-
changed it, right? Over the last 3 years, if someone says ki not feeling well, COVID and all that
You
stuff,
can't call the bluff.
You can't, like, you basically everyone had it, yeah, or everyone has it. So I think
Like, take your time. It's here. He's right. Just take
excuses
your
could
time.
have
No
evolved,
problem.
but I think the pandemic just ensured that the excuse will just stick on, man, now.
Yeah.
And you can't seem
By
like
the way,
offensive and say ki nahi yaar, like show us your result. Like I actually did that, like show me your RT-PCR result, and they're like, fuck you, we don't want to work with you if you don't trust us. So yeah.
Vineet Khandelwal says
But-
after exposing Kunal,
Yeah.
it's time to expose Silvery. It's
but
okay.
we don't
It's
know.
coming to the party tomorrow.
We can't crucify him. Abbas, we're crucifying him without knowing for sure. Our gut feel tells us, and now that we've got Shreyas' interesting inside information which tells us about the party on the weekend, that's possible. Does he have a gig? Is there any gig lined up? That'll be the best. Your father, Amrinder.
Father Amrinder.
XL not available.
Your father Amrinder says designed by Putin T size XL not available. Come on, guys, let's work on that. Let's get the XL sizes going. Not
Hey,
that
why
anyone
do we
here has control over it, but sure.
But this is like racism in sizism. This is called. Why don't we have sizes for everyone? It's so unfair.
And the
They
plus
should-
sizes
they should
cost not for this website, but other places I've ordered from. The plus sizes cost more, like a 50-60 rupees
Why?
extra.
Because there's more material.
I
More
guess.
material is their thinking. It's ridiculous.
Actually,
Really.
you know,
No, but I don't understand. As a businessman, I can't understand why you don't have a market for everyone, because you'll have a market. Enough Abbases out there.
Maybe all
I
the
know.
XLs are bought out already. All the
All the
listeners who are XL.
fat fans
all the
got their hands on the Putin. Why the Putin shirt?
Okay.
Though? I don't know.
but I
That's
think
not
you bring up something important, Cyrus, that I think fat people are definitely discriminated against. Also, what's also discriminated is fat plants now. Like, I don't know if you read that news that the biggest plant ever was found on the coast of Australia, right? Somewhere.
Yes.
Why are we defining it by how big it is? Like, don't you think that like we should judge it by its personality and not by the size?
From what I
Excuse
understand,
me,
it was
my
a
Aunt
marsh.
Femina is not a plant. She just doesn't move a lot. Okay, that's really unfair. Honestly. Sorry. Yeah. Go
I
on.
actually
Wow.
thought that was
Ekalavya
a
ji.
Stranger Things upside down ad, like subtly marketed instead of this plant, right? Like all these wines. I actually thought कि maybe this is yet another Stranger Things marketing ploy, which like they converted Gateway into this upside down world. And actually below the ocean, you probably have upside
This feels
down.
like a Stranger Things plug. The fact that you brought it up now, that feels like a marketing.
Yeah, maybe it's all
Cyrus,
subtle.
Have you seen Stranger Things, Cyrus?
If I say yes, can we just go on to the next topic? I would feel more comfortable. But yeah,
Sorry, I dropped my
understand.
phone.
Okay, anything below the waist is not necessary on this program. It's bad enough as it is. But I'm just thinking, as a businessman, why would you not want a market? Let's divide the market into different niches. Why would you take away a niche? Why? It makes no sense to me. And there are lots of people who don't go to a shop. I know bigger guys who don't go to a shop because they know there's nothing there for them. So it's almost like they're embarrassed to go there and then look for their size and have that conversation.
Exactly.
Why don't you just have it out there?
Yeah, which is why most people my size order stuff online, right? Because then that one aspect is taken
Just
out.
to clarify for those listening, when you say your size, you're talking about torso and whatever, nothing else. Because then,
Yeah, well,
false advertising.
I'm sure there's someone
is
out there
everything
who is the same size as me in other aspects also.
But is everything in proportion? We don't know. I mean, that's a terrible thing. A big guy with a small, lungs, and people start like, what?
Small
I'm just
lungs.
saying.
Okay.
Like Shreyas,
Good
just
thing
a
we have
skinny
two
guy,
of
he's
them.
a small guy, but I hear he's Ekalavya will tell you.
Hamisha says, hey, we covered the topic. The largest plant was a topic. That counts as a topic. Hamisha is saying 17 minutes.
That was
no
a segue.
Topic. That was
By
a
the beautiful
segue.
genius.
Yes.
The
Subtly
restaurant.
done.
Yeah, very subtly
Very
done.
subtly done.
I didn't.
Henry
That
Tan
was
himself.
like
Well
the
done.
fifth in my list of topics, but Shreyas brought it up because the first one was
Because Shreyas's mind immediately said, this is the only topic I like. And I totally respect that. We'll find out what the others are. Hirisha's birthday, by the way, you can wish her yesterday. Shreyas, you weren't there.
Princeton
Please wish her
Saldania
happy
says
birthday.
Ekalavya looks like Abhishek Bachchan.
I don't know if that's a compliment or
He
that's
was
like
not
a
born
derogatory
in the
statement,
box.
right? With Abhishek Bachchan these days, you don't know, right? Like if anyone
He's a
says
good looking guy.
That is the most.
never know.
That is the most insulting sounding compliment I've ever heard. You look like Abhishek Bachchan
Yeah,
if
you
he
don't
wasn't
know.
born a Bachchan.
Hey, take it this way. If he's a famous guy, you should take it as a compliment anyway. Why is it? If he's
Sure.
an infamous guy, it's different.
Someone
But
called him
famous guy
Ajay
is famous guy.
Jadeja also in the
Who, me?
picture creative. Yeah, it's like it looks
These
like a young
two,
Ajay
Ajay Jadeja,
Jadeja.
little fatter
Young
face.
Ajay, that's good. Like a match fixer kind.
Younger.
Look like a match fixer. Thank you. With
Cyrus
my-
says Ekalavya.
Ruben Davis
There
says,
you go.
Ajay Jadeja,
Does
well, we can mix them up. Ajay Bachchan.
Ajay
It would be
Bachchan.
like a new phenomenon.
Prasthut hai,
He
Ajay
plays
Bachchan.
cricket on Monday, shoots ad films on Tuesday, and on Wednesday is the biggest member of Bollywood. The one and only Ekalavya Bachchan Ajay Devgan Jadeja. Whatever, I mean, you pick up your name
All
on the way.
Shavik says, so we have Rohan Joshi and young Abhishek. Who's Rohan Joshi? That's Shreyas. That's a
Well,
non-famous
do the
celebrity.
math. It's not me.
Are you
it's not
complimenting
you. Do the
yourself,
math.
Shreyas? Yeah.
I'm not saying it.
You sure?
He's been
You
mistaken.
paid someone to say.
Cyrus,
He's been
can we-
I
mistaken
think
for
if I
Rohan
could pay
Joshi.
someone, I would pay them to call me like a Hrithik Roshan or something. I wouldn't choose like a comic, you know? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. No disrespect to Rohan Joshi is going through bad times because of crypto. But having said that, I mean, unnecessary.
Okay. He's in
Below
the
the
US, Cyrus. He went to Star Wars celebration. I don't think he's having a bad
Oh,
time.
fair enough. Fair enough. He's wearing a mask now because this whole season has been horrible.
Can we go to the talk of the town, which was the Amber Heard Johnny Depp trial verdict that
Wow!
came
One for the man! One for the man! Finally, we're on the scoreboard. I told my
out?
wife. Won't be 15 million, but I'll
So-
take every rupee I can. Every rupee.
The
Happy
verdict
birthday,
came
love.
out in favor of Johnny Depp, but a lot of people have been debating whether the
No.
coverage was biased towards Johnny Depp, and also something came up is that the jury was not. I think there's a term for this where they are kept isolated from all the media exposure to not affect their verdict,
Yeah.
which was not done with this jury.
They were given PPE kits.
No, they weren't. That's the thing. So they could watch
Okay.
TV news, they could read newspapers, all of it. So how much of the media trial of Amber Heard affected their verdict is a question mark. So yeah, and
Justice just has to be seen to be done. You know, you don't have to really do it. I mean, this coming from India, we shouldn't point fingers at anybody else, for God's
Sure.
sake. What difference does it make? And 100% television and internet is going to make a difference. How can it not? Why are we discussing it? Subconsciously, it's going to hit you. That's why I started watching porn. Before you know it, you're trying to improve yourself as a person. So, Shreyas,
I also
as a
think
Bollywood and Hollywood celebrity.
I also think the fact that we are, not we, but there are people who are celebrating. I mean, not me, but you guys
Okay,
are
Shreyas,
celebrating, celebrating this victory of Johnny Depp. I think that is a result of the brainwashing that has been done by the culture machine that is
God,
the internet.
You sound like the young Mulayam. When he was Angrezi ko nikalo, computer ko hatao. I'm getting that feeling here. Go on.
I'm on the side of being a Luddite. Like, I think all computers, all devices, they have to be.
Luddite.
I actually just got a typewriter recently that I've been using for typing only. No keyboards.
damn expensive, dude. How could you afford one?
No, it was very cheap.
Really?
Oh, it's been
Where did you
heirloom.
get it from?
I got it 3 years ago from Kolaba Market for like 3K,
Oh,
and I got it
wow.
serviced for
Nice.
The money he got from Silvery,
Yeah.
he didn't have to call dad. Silvery, his debts come mounting. That just goes on and on.
Ekalavya, do you have a take
Okay,
on
let's-
the trial?
Yeah, honestly, I didn't try to go out and seek information about either, but you have to be living under a rock, right? If you didn't hear about this case. I think on a funny note, the guys at, again, Netflix, Amazon would be the guys who lost out the most, because so many eyeballs were seeing this live case which was happening. And I think it fed into the voyeuristic nature of the world, right? Where two people's fight amongst themselves was actually broadcasted, and it actually gave, like, with some of the producers we were talking in the elevator, right? Water cooler, elevator conversation. Anyone who's got really boring lives, suddenly they don't have to talk about their boring lives. And apart from the pandemic, I think this was the first thing which got everyone talking, right? Everyone had an opinion. Everyone was either Amber Heard or Johnny Depp, and like a lot of the feminists suddenly didn't know what to do. Who do you support? So I think it was a case where everyone had their pieces of opinion. But
Ekalavya, there's also
Bolo?
sorry to cut, but there's the same similar thing the other way around, which is when they're rich and powerful people, and they are rich and powerful, whether you like it or not. Maybe the careers weren't top of the line right now. You like the fact that they're down, in your world. They have problems. They're
That's the voyeuristic
mudslinging.
nature, right? People like that, right? Like, honestly, I think
And bringing
this
them
is
down.
not
It brings them
anti-Johnny Depp, but I think after 2010 Tourist, I think his career, like, no one really remembers anything which he did after that, right? So you never know. Like, probably this is the most fame Johnny Depp might get
I
over
think
the
he's
last
on
few
Amber's
years.
side.
No, not yeah. I was like completely agnostic. At the end of the day, it doesn't matter. But like what Abbas said, right? Honestly, everyone was expecting this, right? Because there was this media trial. Everyone, anyway, had painted her to be this crazy woman, and maybe she is, right? But like at the end of the day, we should not be commenting on all this stuff, right? Like I think they both lost. They've become memes. 20, 30 years down the line, students will be
Ekalavya, can I
reading
say
about all
something?
this.
Because
Sure.
I have a teenage daughter, so I was forced to watch a lot of it. And I have to tell you, she appears to be acting a lot. There's no doubt about that. I'm not saying right or wrong. Acting doesn't make you a bad person, but
Maybe
she's
that gets her
uncomfortable.
a role,
I
right?
don't-
After all this,
I don't know.
She'll
Her lack
play
of
her.
comfort in the courtroom goes against her. It's got nothing to do with the justice part. I get what you're saying. What actually happened is a different story. But she appears to be acting a lot in the courtroom, and that just
She's
I
an
think
actor at
destroyed
the
it
end
for
of
her.
the day, right?
I mean, see, of
she
course-
has
Put it that way.
to. She has to, right? She has to hopefully get some.
But
Like I remember
she lost the
she
market.
saying that
the market
she was.
turned against her.
It'll come back, right? Like you will have those people, like in every country you'll have those people who will be like, okay, since she has been in this space, maybe we'll give her a role which she'll do justice to, and maybe her haters will just watch her for the sake of it. But I think at the end of the day, both of them became memes. I don't think anyone won, anyone lost. This 15 million, I'm sure they will
15
also.
million.
Yeah,
Not too bad.
Apparently, he also has to pay her 2 million, but he'd lost something
One
in the
count,
past.
Yeah,
He'd lost something in the past also. I'm sure she will appeal. At the end of the day, it's us viewers who will have more content to watch. And I think, honestly, if you ask me, this is great, right? Like for content watching, for people just sitting and watching all this and not having to subscribe to Netflix and Amazon. Like it was free on YouTube. I think the channel which had gotten the rights, at Crime Channel, they got so many eyeballs. They should have probably monetized it a bit, right? But other than that, right, like Amber Heard and Johnny Depp 20 years down the line will go down as memes, right? And there were so many memes which came up. I doubt anyone will remember exactly what happened, but this is a case which will be discussed 10-20 years down the line. Kids in film school will be like, oh wow, this is what happened, and this was not an act. Like if this was a movie, again, it seemed like a movie, right? When people were watching and people were commenting, better than any documentary which probably can be made, right?
But I think what's important to remember is that
Cyrus,
it's not a...
I think Ekalavya set a record for speaking more than you on an
that's what
episode.
I saw that, right?
I think we should applaud him for
Thank
that.
you.
Never ask Ekalavya a question again in this show. It's like
No, I wanted to tell
monologue
you,
went on for
like-
16 minutes, and I've given birth. I think I have a new child now. It's ridiculous. Yeah, and he doesn't even care about the topic. There are topics he'll care about. So we're finished at that point.
But I think I disagree with you here. I don't think we should take any joy in the fact that...
Abbas, we can leave.
What is
There were eyeballs.
Aisha's opinion on the Depp Heard trial?
Aisha is a bit like Ekalavya. She looks down upon the format a little bit and saying that we're overreacting to something which doesn't deserve the credibility and time.
I agree
Right.
with that.
There's
Happy
some
birthday again.
arrogance, and she's always on Amber Heard, because for her the man is always wrong. And
Aditya says, now I'm definitely
she's-
going
now
to
what have
watch
you
his
done?
show.
What
That's
have you
your
done?
show, Ekalavya.
Your show
Thanks,
ends.
Aditya.
What
Please
show
like it,
doesn't
share
end?
it.
Your show ends at 7 o'clock. I don't do this.
No,
Yeah.
I
Amber Heard is great.
14.
can I ask a question?
Thanks, Sunit.
Amber Heard is playing Mother Teresa in the next film. Yeah, all right, go on.
Here? Do you think this case will be used as an excuse to not believe women now when they come out with abuse allegations against a famous person? Because they're like, yaad hai, Amber Heard ka wo yaad
It's a
hai.
difficult one to answer without looking stupid. So I'll let Shreyas do it.
Yeah, sure.
Also on a dude panel.
We should have a woman here,
Cheers.
right? Like,
But I think
As a rest,
for
Shreyas, as the
for sure, I think like what you said, that this will be brought up again and again to not believe women. So it has sort of set the culture back a little, like the winds of the culture, whatever side it was
the
happening.
Me Too thing is not a black and white completely.
Yeah.
Okay, wrong metaphor.
everyone will have
Me Too
something
thing is
to
not-
say, man, because of this, right?
Correct.
And there's nothing right or wrong. I hope each case has been taken differently on its own merits and
The
demerits.
merits of the case.
But yeah,
Another.
it's sad.
Ekalavya, I'm timing you.
Go for it, man. I'll match you word for word.
I'm damn impressed, Cyrus. I was very like, he didn't let you get even a word in. I think that's and on his
I was
debut
nice.
performance. Other
I
guests
know.
take like 5-6
People hear you every day,
performances.
right? Like people don't hear me every day. Let them hear me. Especially on
Amber
the day
Heard
of
can hear
podcast
you.
is launching.
No pun on her surname, but yeah. But last word on the whole thing. End of the day, I do think that at the end of the whole thing, that we can't escape the fact that everything's in public eye now. Nothing is isolated, so that's gone. I don't think you can ever say that, the trial will be a just trial, even in India or wherever, that it doesn't involve media speculation and everybody else's thing. And that has to affect us and the jury or the judge or whoever the hell is in charge.
Yeah.
So, I mean,
But what was the justification
good
for the
PR
jury
person.
not being
I don't
cordoned
know. It's
off
something
from...
to do with the UK legal system and the US legal system. I don't exactly know that.
Okay.
Maybe someone in the comments can correct us.
Right.
But I think that's the difference between them.
some of the comments said they live in Fairfax, next to where the trial was. I was just explaining that they went every day to watch the trial, gave up their job.
Yeah.
Free
There it is.
entertainment.
YouTube user says, I live near
YouTube
Fairfax
user.
where the trial happened, and amazing thing was how many people had
Exactly.
free
right?
time to attend the trial in person for 7 weeks.
Give them purpose.
Obviously,
Give so
they
many
seized-
people purpose.
Yeah. But not only, I'm just thinking YouTube users, because he doesn't want to be associated with our show.
Yeah.
So he's making sure that he's kept a distance for sure. If we don't get back to him, whatever happens.
Right.
Yeah.
Cool.
Great topic. Great
know.
stuff, guys. Keep it going. Yeah. What's next?
The
Yes,
next one is
plans
a
must be
Gujarat woman is set to marry herself in India's first Sologamy, where
Ooh.
she is marrying herself. Her name is Shama. Wait, let me find her name.
Oh, you're doing a
Is she
silvery?
changing? Is she changing her last name?
That's called doing a
she's not.
silvery.
I know.
Yes, that's a silvery
Shama
moment
Bindu.
where now suddenly we don't have the name and we don't have the state, and now we have to figure out what the details are. Yeah, okay.
Shama Bindu said that she never wanted
tribute.
to marry, but she always wanted to be a bride. So she has found the most unique way to solve this,
Love
where
that.
she's gonna marry herself. and I guess this is legally possible.
Why wouldn't it be?
Yeah, okay, but can we invite guests from both sides? How does that work?
Which is the other side?
Both sides are her, so I'm just thinking, I mean, she's got to, you got to mention your parents on the wedding thing. So there's normally 4 sets of parents, for example. So you got to do that twice. So there are little procedural issues. For me, it's a more legal problem here than an ethical one. So
I mean,
don't know.
it's a going to be a religious ceremony.
But the Suhag Raat will be like mine. In the sense that you spend it alone.
Has she
So,
been sued by
that's good.
Shadi.com yet? Because this is really bad for the business, right? Like Tinder, Bumble, they'll be like, what the hell, man? Like, what's going to happen to all of us after this if people start just marrying?
Nothing.
This is the best part.
Right?
The wedding will feature everything from pheras and wedding vows to Goa honeymoon. Like she's going on a 2-week honeymoon after that to Goa.
That's amazing.
Or otherwise known as a vacation.
Or she's more wise than all of us because she's planning ahead. 3-4 years down the line, her marriage breaks anyway. So you're alone in any case. She's gone straight to that point. It's like the whole marriage thing is just no.
I'll give it like an year and a half. I think they'll get tired of each other. They will.
How multiple
Also
personalities you're saying?
Yeah, for sure.
This is a dark
She has also,
joke, huh?
listen,
Dark
the
schizophrenia.
problem is the small things, yaar. Like towel on the bed and hair in the sink and, smells in the night and coughing. And all these small things are the
Smells
problem in a
the
relationship.
night. Okay.
Okay, Cyrus,
Well,
I want
then
to
I
ask
don't
you a
have to
question.
speak.
Do you feel like you are one person, or do you think within you there are multiple people as well who are battling to make decisions,
If your question is, am I ambidextrous? I am. I use both hands. Is that where we're going?
No, I'm asking mentally, internally. Like, do you think
But I would be very happy to be many people, a multiple personality thing. I don't know. Sometimes, don't you feel that social, interaction is overrated after a point? I mean, sometimes, look at this podcast, for example. I've been trying to leave for the last 20 minutes. I mean, with due respect, it's great stuff. You guys have something to offer and all, but I don't know.
I think you did leave for a bit when Ekalavya was speaking. You left and you came back.
Yeah?
No, I was just stunned that nobody was saying it. You're letting the kid go on and on, ramble on and dominate the show like this, Abbas. What's wrong with you?
I've always vouched for this. I want people to dominate this show, other than you.
I don't say anything. You put me in a room with no lighting and give me a shirt I'm forced to wear, which is lovely and you must buy it. Yes.
No, but can I add something to that, Abbas?
Yes.
You mentioned that she said she did this because she wanted to experience
Being
wedding,
a bride.
right?
Yeah.
That's a great business plan, man. Like, just set up a company which allows people to come and feel that, right?
Yeah.
Like why do you want to get married and all that stuff? Like, you want to feel like a bride, like people who worked in TV and movies and are not doing a great job, and just set up a production unit, allow people to come and just experience this fake wedding of them marrying themselves and like make money off it.
I'm guessing she'll cheat on her partner. That's my guess. In like 2 years.
That's what Cyrus said, right? The ambidextrous, like you're cheating on with different hands, right? like I'm sure people didn't get that joke. For people who didn't get that,
I think I should read out Shama's justification for this. She says self-marriage is a commitment to be there for yourself and unconditional love for oneself. It's also an act of self-acceptance. People marry someone they love. I love myself, and hence this wedding.
This is longer than Ekalavya's speech. Please. Can we edit everything?
like
so that people
Apna Ha
understand what
Jagannath
is
ka, she's gonna become the champion of, like, for men, right? If the guy who's marrying himself.
Chavik says no dude will ever marry himself to wear a sherwani, and I think that's where the fault lies. We should all
For me, it's the
Celebrate
top
wearing
gear,
sherwanis.
the pug and all that, which is really painful. Sometimes I've seen some of my friends really suffer for hours wearing those headgear thingies. I don't know.
You're talking like you are soldiers and you are wearing helmet, all the headgear thing.
Bro, they put all kind of jewelry on top and then they have this really heavy thing and the guy's sitting there on a throne for hours. I mean, it's just the worst thing. The worst day of his life was his marriage. There's one friend of mine called
You
Rajiv.
get to
Really,
have
really
sex
suffered.
within a few hours. So wouldn't you want to go
Have you seen the
through-
wife?
Okay, I want to leave it at that. Vinay is poking me to go to the improv segment. So let's go to the
One sec. My wife is calling me a misogynist. 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 Carry on. We're having a second podcast.
Of course, yes.
Jupiter, what?
Jupiter
What about
improv
Jupiter?
segment. don't
Of course.
don't be nervous just yet.
Tell Ekalavya about the segment.
We basically get a
Okay.
prompt
I
on
can't
which
talk to you while I'm talking. We've got 1 million people listening.
on which we try to make jokes. So today's prompt is
Yeah.
not getting your salary on time is as bad as.
Silvery not landing up here. I don't know. Like, this is the little information I know about Silvery.
You nailed it.
Yeah, it's first of the month. Salary nahi aaya rahega. He's telling you guys ki main bimar hu. But
Shreyas, not getting your salary on time is as bad as.
I think it's as bad as when you're on a boat and the boat just overturns and then you fall inside water and you drown and then dolphins come and try to eat you. It's exactly like that, I feel.
That got really dark very fast.
It's for me, when I think about it, it's exactly like that.
dolphins.
Yeah.
You know, once I was digging my nose with a pencil in class, and the pencil was stuck in the nostril. And that, I think, is as bad as not getting your salary on time, because that is something you can't come back from.
That's
You're
true.
doing it slightly, subtly, and then suddenly get stuck, and then you can't take it out, and you do a lot of this, and everybody saw. And it's just,
Yeah.
it was a shame. But then I went the other way with it. It was like, hey, everybody try, it's great fun and whatever. But I've never got invited to birthday parties, and I live alone, and so I
Right.
understand what Shama is going through.
Or, yeah, exactly.
That's
Or
my
it's like if you're not getting your salary, it's almost like you're gonna get married, and then you realize you're getting married to yourself, right? Like the ultimate KLP.
Hey, I think Shama is very happy with self-love.
The ultimate.
But that would be
on the guy's side, right?
if you stand yourself up, like you don't show up
Stood
for your own
yourself up.
wedding.
Yeah.
Stood yourself up. Thank you.
You know,
Big
I think not getting your salary is like, when you are walking in a place where there's snow and you try to keep your hand on it as support, but actually there is no wall and your hand goes through the snow. And the
You're
support that you
talking
thought
to
you
people
had.
in Mumbai.
Shreyas's examples are very specific.
He's been
He
through
just
all
wants
of
to show off
this,
that
right?
he's got.
Like the
This is the richness of the
dolphins
man
Yeah.
exposing
मैं घर आया,
himself
दीवार
slowly.
नहीं था.
Holidays in Estonia, Latvia, it's very different, that kind of world, completely to what we have. We used to go to Lunavla, and my dad will say, okay, done, let's go back now. That's it. This guy, with all that money that you throw in our face, shame on you, Shreyas. Shame on you to behave like this, really. And then
Still
you
haven't
borrow
got
money
my
from Silvery.
Aren't you supposed to give salaries out rather than get them? We have to go to a break, Cyrus.
Somebody's saying he looks like Amol. I think it's Palekar,
Shreyas
not
looks
Parekar,
very
that he's trying to say.
Parekarish today.
Parekarish.
With the 70s
Yeah.
shirt. Kind of, yeah.
I don't know, Ekalavya,
Is
if
that
you've noticed,
mustache
the
real,
goatee-
Shreyas?
It's not. It's not.
Is the shirt available in XL?
We have to go
Both
to a
these
break.
guys love their t-shirts.
Yeah.
And they dress up very specifically. Shreyas, if you watch him every day, he spends hours planning what he's going to look like. Today he looks like a pilot from a really low budget airline. But having said that, I mean, he does it well. He carries it off with panache. No doubt about that. Oh, all right. What are we doing?
Before the break.
Oh, did you guys? I don't think you know this. Can I just have some information?
Please.
Ekalavya, this is for you.
Sure,
I want you to write it down, because this is my way to help the next generation as an old 70-year-old trying to give back to, how much you say you deadlift? 120 kilos.
Far lesser than you, Cyrus. But yeah.
Staggered grip. But Des, you need long arms. It's not a good thing for me, bro. I don't want to start. But I've been rowing. I've been crossing 300 pounds in proper rows of 5-6 reps. It's not bad. Yeah.
For your age, for
You want
sure.
to discuss? Yeah. Leave no stone unturned. Me and Shama are the same person. I may be Shama. I shouldn't say that. Poor thing. Lovely girl. Not hurting anyone. Let her live long.
I can just see people.
Must you-
I can
must you cry while
objecting.
doing it?
I swear to God, there were 156 people watching, now there are 147.
Wait. Listen, read that. Abbas, please read that.
I don't know, whatever your username is, they just
Shreyas
said,
is
I just
getting
got a
married
gif
to
of
himself.
Shreyas. Okay. Masturbate.
It's so spot on, because can you just do it for 5 seconds?
No,
Then we'll go to break.
I'm putting my foot down.
Now
We have to
you
go to a
give
break,
me-
Cyrus.
One second. Baba is giving you the idea. Let's see if it works. Yeah.
I really think I have something.
This is a wild
Vinay is
story.
going
We'll take a
crazy.
break.
We have to go
No,
to a
let's go to a
break.
quick Jupiter money break. Rishi, break. Wow. That's the voice you wake up to every morning and then do your act. Shreyas? Immediately after that.
Yep.
There's a merchandise request in the comments. Aditya Sharda says, can we please have a t-shirt in IVM merch with the face of Amit with a dialogue box saying hello, hello, hello.
It's 5 hellos and 4 hellos. So 3. It depends on the take.
Last
Yeah,
time it was 4.
It was 4 last
Hello,
time. There's
hello,
been a
hello.
5 in the original.
Hello, hello, hello,
Hello,
hello.
hello. Yes,
That
Ekalavya,
with
you're on this
Shreyas's
podcast.
classical music in the background.
yeah. I want his. Hey, let's have him on the t-shirt now.
Yeah,
How
sure.
do we
Let's
create
do it.
that? Yeah. Oh, that'll be fantastic.
Yeah. We should
Fine.
If there's a way to
somebody
make it
note
move.
this down.
I'm putting singer
Yeah,
in my
done.
bio. I'm legit like a classical singer now. This really gave me the
Shreyas?
confidence, I have to say. Thank you.
Can you tell Abbas to stop acting like he's this great entrepreneur with lots of menials below him? Somebody note this down. This is it. We're a four-man band of boys with no market.
down.
Yeah,
Okay.
nobody moved.
Nobody, I mean, even reacts. It's like, that's the thing.
I mean, no one even made a mental note. I was looking at everyone's expressions.
No.
No one changed whatever they were doing at all.
Unbelievable. Now even the guests are getting it. It was one
You're
thing, it was
hoping
only me.
Amit is watching this and taking a note himself, right? Like, okay, maybe.
Amit only listens to the voiceover and then he puts it off for some reason.
Listen, I
Checks
just
that
keep singing
cool.
till the shirt isn't made. So I just hope someone's noting. Otherwise,
Yes,
there will be
please.
consequences.
Yeah.
A note to Shreyas, it's not the singing, it's the moving and the convulsing which has captured the nation at the moment.
Oh,
Just
really?
remember that. Yes, really.
I thought everyone was loving the singing voice.
I don't think so. Singing 50-50.
Okay. Well, that confidence that I had is gone now.
Grim Fandango.
No. You're the artist and your art is something special. There's no doubt about that.
Okay, thank
Yeah.
you.
Shreyas, are you going for a classical musical concert with Silvery tomorrow?
I am.
Yeah.
We are performing.
With
Right.
Performing. Should we
Yeah.
call him?
Bhimsen Joshi died many years
Should we?
ago.
Can
just for
we?
the record.
Vinay? Okay, Vinay said we should track.
Better
all
call
in.
Silvery. Hamisha's now. Everybody's a smart aleck.
What if he's
We
like
have a new show called Better
like
Call
full
Silvery.
serious and all? I don't know. Let's try.
Then he gets a clean sheet, right?
Okay, yeah, you
Oh,
call
that's
him.
not good. Listen, it's not whether he's serious or not. It's whether he's telling the truth or not. So we've got to
Okay.
get the voice.
While Shreyas is getting in touch with him, should we discuss the COVID spike in Mumbai?
Yeah, do it in
Okay, I
like
mean,
20 seconds. Do that.
Okay, let's
Can't
wait
wait to
late
do
for
that.
the call. Okay. Put it on
Ekalavya is
loudspeaker.
wiping his eye for some reason. Now what's happened there?
Okay, it's ringing.
Did you spit in his eye again?
No, I
Yes?
did not.
It's so competitive. Unbelievable, really.
Put the speaker near.
I was just checking if like.
Okay.
Okay, we'll wait for
Ladies and gentlemen, अब पेश करते हैं the live आवाज of.
Yo, what's up? You're at home?
Yeah, I'm watching now.
Hi, Silvery.
Why aren't you in the
I
comments?
must say though, I don't really know where I am because it's all darkness around. And the last thing I remember was something that looked kind of like Abbas. And then I just woke up in complete darkness. I think there's wood. I'm covered in wood somewhere.
Covered in wood?
He got hit by a truck, Abbas.
That's his life now. I'm here only forever.
I feel he's trying too hard to. He's projecting something. I don't buy it. I
Silvery,
think
you're not funny even when you're sick.
No. One second. I feel a totally different thing. I feel that he's such a courageous man that in spite of being in so much pain, he's trying to be funny. And that shows a lot of courage and warrior-like approach.
it
Is he
takes
still
a lot of
talking?
gumption to do that.
It
That's
takes a
true.
lot of gumption. Yeah. Respect.
So,
Oh, man,
I must
respect. Where's my
also
heart
say
there?
that, if I can complete one thought.
What is he saying?
If I can complete one thought, he's criticizing us for talking over him while he's dying.
Did
It's
he
not
just hang up
sensitive
on him?
enough.
I hung up.
I hope he got a salary.
Hey, we are on a podcast. I can't be like, okay, bro, I'll call you later.
Rohi Munjal says, damn, Silvery doesn't
Abbas,
sound...
wait, his last line to the country was, if I can complete one thought, and he shut the phone.
Oh.
Oh man, this show is so bad. I don't know. I can't even apologize anymore. It's the worst. Shreyas, you're too good. You owe him how much money? Yes. Okay, let's get back. The Silvery saga continues. We'll have to find out more later. But for now, this is where it is.
The
And Abbas back with our
COVID
COVID
spike.
spike
hugely interesting
in
COVID
Mumbai.
spike. No one died.
No,
And I don't mean that like I'm disappointed, but slightly.
the cases.
Yeah.
Oh wait,
I think the
lost
mask making
page.
companies were not doing enough business, so they must have just like pushed a couple of articles.
No, but
Positivity
again, the
rate is
conservat-
at 6%, which is the highest since February of this year.
But Bhutan has the highest, right?
So yeah, but Bhutan's not in India.
But it's also Bhutan literally is on.
I'm thinking of optimism rate, happiness rate. That's different. Happiness rate is different than
Oh.
positivity. I was thinking of that.
Man, that was a deep joke.
Deep.
Yeah.
No, but coming back to
For
this
those
whole
who
thing,
don't
why are we
know,
taking it so
bingo.
serious?
Yeah, go ahead.
Go on.
No, I was
No,
saying
no,
for
go on,
those
go
who
on.
didn't understand, Shreyas, like Bhutan has the
Happiness
happiest,
index.
happiest index, right?
So hence
So-
positivity rate,
Yeah,
hence Shreyas
it's
trying to be
conflate
funny.
that,
Yeah,
but
very
now
deep.
let's just move on. This is embarrassing. Let's
No,
just move
when
on.
you explain the joke,
It's a very
really
2001
dies,
joke, but
I mean, really. I mean, that's the worst thing you can do a comic. Let me explain what he was trying to say.
yeah,
Because,
but
he's
like
not able to
there was
communicate.
blankness, right? Like
Then-
Cyrus, even you didn't get it.
But then you live with the bomb.
No, I
you don't,
got it.
you
but I
don't
was
go
trying to
into
get
it
into the
further. I
other
think.
story.
You were like, you knew it was 2007 joke, so you were like, let me just let Shreyas go with it.
I am a geography expert. I was already thinking how far is Bhutan from the mainland. What's going on there. But coming back to Silvery, last word on him. Is he lying or not? I mean, now
Is he on his
Now
way
we
to
can just
Bhutan with the
move.
woods?
if you let me complete one thought. If you let.
No, I think he sounds
So-
better from his voice. He's playing along, so he has his senses also. So I think, unfortunately, he'll be back soon. So, guys.
And he's still
Wow.
not.
But
Why is he not
very
commenting?
cryptic, this is just like a fun thing. This is scary now.
No, I think Monday he'll be back. Shreyas?
Oh, sorry, Ekalavya was saying something? Or
I said,
Shreyas,
like, why
say?
is he not commenting? Like, he should be
I think he
commenting here,
is
right?
as someone else. We don't know who
the
he
YouTube
is.
user.
YouTube user.
No, the spellings were correct on that. I don't think that's it. We'll have to wait a while. Yeah. God. We've taken so many shots. He'll never bunk again. Every day, even the guest, even Ekalavya's son doesn't know who the guy is, but yet he's insulted his family. I mean, it's just look what we've done.
I still hope he's gotten a salary, bro. But
I don't think he needs the
back
money.
to COVID.
Back to COVID.
Do
And
you
the
want to
spike, yeah.
comment on it, Cyrus? The positivity.
Do you have
rate
anything
is-
to say, Dr. Brocha?
As-
Anything that the people can
Dr.
do?
Buncha is just irritated because these idiots are wearing the mask and walking around. I'm anti-mask from day one of 2020. So I've got to sit and watch them go, okay. And they start, they do their body language. They want to stay away from you for your safety. I just feel like catching them and kissing them sometimes, just out of spite. But then you can't cross that line of indecent behavior. Plus, they all have mustaches. I'm talking about the women in my lane, so I can't do that. I'm not comfortable. Yeah. But really, Shreyas, doesn't it irritate you? The paranoid, the paranoid.
No, I mean, they're saying
paranoid
that a
again.
fourth wave might still be on its way. So I've been hearing
But
this.
so what? Nobody's dying, man. Get on with it now.
I
Come
mean,
on. It's
they are,
too much.
that's why the warning, right? That's why the precaution. So that nobody dies.
2 years. 2 years. We didn't have test match tours going on properly. I mean, nobody's thinking about the bigger picture.
Grim
What's wrong with
Fandango
you? Just
says-
now, New Zealand 6-0, 37 at Lords. Shreyas, unbelievable. The ball was moving around. The old man is taking 3 wickets.
Unreal.
How did
Jimmy
we
Anderson.
get to Lords and
Absolutely
New Zealand
unreal.
from COVID?
No, because any
Because that's there to
self-respecting person
talk.
is watching the game.
Yeah.
Huh.
I haven't watched the game, but like I get it. Like from whatever.
It's so nice
Your
to watch.
excitement,
Lords
yeah.
on a summer's day, full crowd. Jimmy Anderson at 40 is moving the ball around. They got a new kid who's come in from Durham. Ben Stokes is the captain. All looking good, yeah. And McCullum is the coach of England
Oh.
and taking down the New Zealand people.
Oh, that's a
in
fun
one
arc.
go, he's betrayed his own. Yeah, it's lovely. It's like an Indian coaching Pakistan to beat India. I mean, can
Yeah.
you believe that? It'll happen. It'll happen. And his name is Silvery.
Ekalavya, are you a cricket person?
Yeah, I love cricket.
Okay. So then you have a.
So, in your face, Abbas. In your face.
You have someone who
Finally,
can
my
talk
people have
cricket
turned
with
up. Yeah. You and Silvery go and play carom together. All right, bacha?
Okay, cool. Let's take one
Yeah.
more topic and then we'll go to the AMAs.
You're saying it like you're dangling a carrot for people listening, like the topics are so
Yeah,
great. and
people
every
love the
topic is better than
AMAs.
the last one.
People love the AMAs.
The AMAs are fine. It's
Wait,
just the
but
topics.
I just have one question.
We
The
should lose.
6%, whatever spike. Do you think that's because of
Positivity rate.
these positivity rate? It's because
The
of
joke you made.
the
huh?
extra 5G towers being added?
He wants-
Do you
he wants
think it
a
has
rewind
anything
on the
to do with
joke?
that?
He made another joke which went totally unnoticed.
Let's just move on to the next
But you all
topic,
talk at
please.
the
Or the
same
AMA,
time.
please.
Very 2020
Including me.
joke.
It's
Can
Please
we hear the
repeat
joke
the
again? I
joke so
couldn't
that
think.
Cyrus hears it.
No, I'm just saying
Please,
that the spike has to do with 5G towers. That's it. It has to do with nothing else. It's that we are building too many 5G towers. We are set on that.
I'm singing Hindustani classical now.
You're
just for
saying
you.
5G, I'm
That's the
thinking of
feeling I'm
Kevin 5G, the fucking Marvel CEO.
Will you stop murdering the comedy?
And
that-
stop,
comedy that
everyone
we
just
have?
stop trying to be funny. I'm saying that for myself. It just doesn't go well. It just doesn't go well.
Look what you've done, a domino effect of bad jokes to explain bad jokes. It just goes on. It's like an epidemic.
Everyone has a
Worse than
different
COVID.
interpretation, and that interpretation also is as unfunny as the joke.
That makes
It's
you like
amazing.
Shakespeare, doesn't it?
It in a way,
Yeah,
yes.
literally like one of the
It really
greats
does.
because we're all looking for a different layer thinking and getting different things out of it. We need women on the panel, says Ruhi. Ruhi, please come on the panel. I'll replace any of these, including myself, on the spot.
Baba, there was a woman yesterday. We had Kajol. Then before that, we had Nivedita and Ayushi. So it's not like we don't have women on the panel. It's just that today.
That sounds
We only don't
vulgar
have
to
women
say,
on the
but yeah.
panel when Silvery is the one who is the host because he doesn't give spots to women producers. That's
Hold
the
that
rumor
thought.
I'm
There's
hearing.
a finger of suspicion on that. Yeah, you are right. Now that you bring it up. Yes, there are questions that have to be answered
This
at a
episode
later
should
date.
be
You know.
called Silvery, like at least this
Or the
episode.
silvery moon.
Silvery
Okay, shall we
MIA.
take the AMAs?
Oh, cool. Let's go to the AMAs.
You wanted to talk about some funding.
Wait,
thing, right?
Yeah.
What about this rollover script? And for all the combat sport fans, you guys know about this?
You have to say that at
It's
the
a-
end, Cyrus.
I thought it's a joke. It's not a joke setup.
No, it's not.
Okay. I'll say that at the end.
yeah, let's
Shreyas,
go to
I'm
the-
falling in your trap. Huh? Don't know what the hell's going on. When
Uh,
in doubt, please sing classical.
Follow me at Instagram and Twitter on Bored Brocha. I'm so bored, I need your help. I need your love. I need your touch. Okay, just follow me.
The first question comes from Madhu Sethi. Madhu says, what are Cyrus's memories of working with KK and any stories, funny or not, he'd like to share?
Yeah, KK, lots of events over many years, because Ekalavya has mentioned my age. He's not so far off as he thinks. So KK survived everybody. He's like Amitabh Bachchan. He survived from 95, 96 till now, and not survived. He's thrived.
Yeah.
His corporates love him. North, South, East, West, you can take him. He's one of those guys who can sing from Hindi, Bollywood, pop, to, he's got, the repertoire is huge. Like Shankar Ehsaan Loy type of, he can give you everything. But he was always healthy. That's the whole thing that I can't understand. He was never a fat guy. He was never overtly, drank too much or ate too much or misbehaved. He was pretty disciplined and all that. So really sad. Can't understand. Brings me to my point I said yesterday. It's all genetics. You're wasting too much time worrying about how much you drink, smoke, and not exercise. It's about 10% of your life. 90% is your genetic blueprint. How do you explain guys who are healthy and although it's an unhealthy lifestyle to work in the night every day, I suppose, for so many years, 25, 30 years. But Shreyas, I worry for you.
Dr. Brocha, are you claiming that drinking and smoking actually helps elongate your life? That was my interpretation.
I think we spend too much time worrying. That is some of that. But I think we worry too much about it.
Yeah.
I feel Kunal's...
Cyrus,
Is
we're
that a
losing you.
heart attack?
Are you there?
Fuck. Fuck.
Cyrus, are you with us? He's frozen at such a angry. Cyrus, can you hear us?
Cyrus is back.
What happened?
Partial heart attack.
you spoke of Kunal and you froze.
Again.
I know it was panda, the China remark. I think it's a foreign hand. The moment I said panda, something happened. It was more than just Kunal.
No, you were saying something about
just
Kunal.
coming back.
Yeah.
Both my father and Kunal, when they stopped smoking, I felt their lives they became more cranky. I don't know, it might sound ridiculous, but I just felt that crutch helped them in some way. And is it really worth it? And now I'm going to get fired for this, and people fight with me all the time. Is it really worth it for your so-called 6 months of life or 1 year of life or whatever to take away something that sort of made them happy? So I'm just putting it out there. I don't know. I'm just saying we spend too much time on all that, but look at the genetic issues which you have, whatever they are, whether they're diabetes and propensity for it rather, lung problem, kidney, neuropathy in my family, for example, classical music in his family.
Cyrus, I think in the next episode, Marlboro is coming on as a sponsor, so I think we better get a script ready for that.
Look,
Cyrus
it's a democracy, and I think we must not be scared to look at the reverse of things sometimes and try to understand. And this country is famous for that. So I'm just saying, it's not perhaps as cut and dry as people think. Cigarette ban karo, daru ban karo, this, that, and your life just gets better.
Says Vishwa.
Cyrus, what do you think about vaping? What do you think about vapes?
Well, venture face. But that's like a poor man's vice, no? You're not
Poor man,
strong enough to have
vapes
a
are
proper vice.
expensive.
No, I don't mean that way. It's like you don't have the courage to have the proper vice, so you have the vape. It's just...
But if it's more dangerous, then it would be a badass. If it's more dangerous than
How much time do we have? We can ask Ekalavya. Ekalavya, under 8 minutes. What do you think of
8 minutes about vaping. I think a lot of people think marijuana is now healthier than cigarettes.
Better option.
So, and I think vaping primarily with your THC, CBD, it's cooler, right? So I wouldn't say the poorer guy. I think the cooler guy, or people who have parents who are like, cigarette mat piyo. So just to get there, what you said, right? To be happy. So they said, okay, vaping makes us happy. So I think people vape to be cool. And I come from a family of doctors. I can't really say much. My mother's a pediatric asthma specialist. So in case someone clips this and all, right, I just want to be very agnostic about all this. Main nahi karta.
Which vape does she recommend is the safest? Is there, if she had to?
How many cigarettes does she allow per day?
Per day, what's the minimum
Bro,
in a staple diet?
I'll tell you off camera.
Quota kya hota hai?
Why are we doing this here?
Can I
I've
ask
got
a
a new
counter
t-shirt
question?
slogan. Abbas, quota kya hota? Can you have that when you want? Thanks.
But
write it down. Where's the team? Team, write it down.
If people stop smoking, doesn't that sort of kill your
government will make less money.
Your mother's clientele?
Government will make less money, but
ouch.
At the end of the day, if you're honest,
Silvery taking it out on you.
Otherwise cigarettes would have been banned long back. But tobacco is always going to be around. It's not trying to be
Can
funny.
we go to the next question,
But,
Cyrus? We've spent a lot of time on
I'm
this.
not supporting cigarette smoking and drinking excessively and drugs or anything like that. So don't turn it around. I'm
If
saying
it makes you happy, do it, right?
No, I'm just saying, just think about the effect on that.
What I've got so
specific
far,
individual
Cyrus, is don't
in the
wear
sense-
masks. Smoke as much as you want.
Mask is overrated. From the beginning, I've been telling you, people who wear the mask still get ill. So it's got nothing. After some time, it's for 4% or 5%. It's just not worth the percentage game. Trust me, they'll all prove us right at the end. Abbas, you and I will keep our heads high, and we will go to a classical music concert, and he will perform for us naked, and we'll all be clapping.
Naked.
The next question is a football question. This one comes from Aditya SK. With Sadio Mane, I don't know if I'm pronouncing that correctly, leaving and a tangential chance of Salah leaving, how long till the next title?
No, but it's not a team of one player or two players. I mean, Salah has been fantastic, and Mane has had a great season. And for Maharashtrian, I think you should take that question because Mane comes from your part of the woods, as far as we're concerned. Well, why do people think that? I mean, it's a legendary team. I mean, they lost by a hair's breadth. Why they could make a big deal out of it? Players will come and go. Liverpool is bigger. The team is bigger than. I mean, look at our superstars in cricket. The 3-4 of them are on their way out.
Can I crack a Liverpool joke over here? Like I'm a Chelsea fan from Bachpan, but you know, like for all the Arsenal fans,
can you punch him?
for all the Arsenal fans, you know, Arsenal scored the same number of goals in finals as Liverpool scored in all the 3 finals this season, which is like obviously 0, and. They got lucky with the penalty shootout. That's a backward
statistic. What is the point of that? Really, honestly. Chelsea at the end of the day, we should be relegated.
They'll buy another title, yeah, don't worry. Like as a Chelsea fan, like,
they get a new owner.
They've already got a new owner. I'm sure they'll buy another title.
They don't change players. You're right.
Yeah,
it's another level.
They'll change managers, and I'm sure Chelsea every year managed to get one trophy. They won this stupid Club World Cup. Last year also they won the Champions League. So as a Chelsea fan, they'll give you that one trophy and you're happy.
They can come to the ISL. Don't worry.
They'll win something in the ISL. Yeah. But yeah, for Liverpool, I think another 20 years probably. If especially if Klopp leaves. If Klopp leaves, is 20 years. But yeah, like I don't see Liverpool winning in the next decade.
Okay,
Ekalavya, when your kids are teenagers, they'll talk about that generation where Man City and Liverpool were like, they were like Larry Holmes and Muhammad Ali at their peak, or Joe Fraser and Muhammad Ali. It was just a fantastic rivalry.
Newcastle is coming, they're going to buy the league next year. So all what you're saying is going to be irrelevant, Cyrus.
Can we move on to a non-football topic? This next question.
Well, then I have hope.
Next question is actually for both Cyrus and Ekalavya. I mean, it applies to both of them. Daft Pankaj says, Cyrus, another podcast professional, does podcasting pay the bills and more? Please guide someone hoping to start something indie.
Ekalavya comes from a medical family of 50,000 successful medical experts. He doesn't need the money. They need one guy to fail in life, so they look good also. It's fine. Me, on the other hand, I have to look after so many people, and they're not allowed to smoke anymore, thanks to all your advertising. It's very painful for my family, really. Shreyas, does it pay the bills? Or does Silvery pay the bills?
That's my biggest source of income. I just ask Silvery for money and then not paid back. I would recommend it highly. If you're looking for a job, do that.
So we insult him, we abuse him, we question his integrity, and we rob him. I mean, that's what the podcast is all about.
Can we give the guy some tips about starting to looking to start?
See, I just dropped. Honestly, 2010 was my first podcast. It was a failure. No one even knew what podcasting meant back then. I did 6 episodes. It was called Let's Crack on marketing and advertising, and that's when I realized it was too early. I became a podcast consumer over the last 3-4 years, and then finally I realized like maybe I have enough gyan in this one space, which not a lot of. It's not too crowded. Like apart from Rohan Joshi, which is not like that podcast is too.
He's gone.
Shout
he's
out
gone to Star Wars.
So at the end of the day, I was lucky. See, honestly, you have to be lucky. Shout out to the sponsors on my show, Intel. But at the end of the day, you
hijacking our Jupiter.
That's how it's done.
If you do what I've done, then probably you'll help some brands in the future, and they'll want to be associated with you.
Abbas, what's going on?
I'm mind blown. Yo, can I be a guest on that podcast?
Bro, I used to do branded content for like more than a decade, so this is in my genetics, like what Cyrus.
How beautifully he did it.
Yeah.
He beautifully did it. We can't question him because he was actually explaining the answer to the question. It makes sense to mention.
And it's on the IBM podcast network, right? So it's not.
Please mention the name of the show as well.
It's Future Proofing with Ekalavya, presented by Intel Pro. But yeah, so if you're lucky, then you'll get sponsors. And
you want a mature discussion, you're at the right place.
But otherwise, you have to be hardworking and you have to be at it. You have to create. You have to enjoy it. I love this vibe because at least everyone's laughing most of the times, and people are not sleeping. My thing with a lot of other podcasts is like, when some people ask for sleeping pills and podcasts are the new sleeping pills, most of the people just will put on a podcast. You can't sleep, and within 10 minutes you're asleep. At least that's different about this. At least everyone's laughing.
Holding us up. Holding us up to
He's
next angle.
burning us and
People
showing
are
us
not
how it's
seeing
done.
that.
That, yeah. You have to enjoy. If you have to enjoy whoever
He's
asked
one
the
of the
question. You have
guests
to
who
enjoy
once he
doing
leaves,
what
we
you're
are feeling
doing.
worse about our show. He's exposed us completely.
No, but you guys are enjoying it,
on,
yeah.
man.
So,
Man.
yeah,
Yeah,
I'm not.
sad,
I'm
sad,
actually,
sad,
I'm
sad.
actually complimenting you guys, Cyrus. But yeah, like for the person who asked the question, you have to enjoy doing what you're doing, and if it's fun, then hopefully some brand will come across, or you have to come and ask Amit, please get me a sponsor.
There's another question also for Ekalavya. This comes from Royston. Give us a couple of things to say when people start discussing Web 3.0, so we can't seem
Yeah,
to
including
be
me. Let me
ignorant.
write that down. I have no idea, man.
See,
Yeah.
it's simple. Like I have this hack when I had to. So you have to basically say that Web 1.0 was like a doc file which you could not edit. Web 2 was an Excel sheet, and Web 3 is an Excel sheet on macros. Or for other people, you basically have to say Web 1 was all about read. Web 2 was read and write. Web 3 is read, write and own. You say these two things, people will automatically feel, अरे भाई इसको तो बहुत कुछ आता है, क्या मस्त example दिया है. Good enough for you to pass on some.
Cyrus, are you stuck or are you just not moving?
There's already a joke out there.
I'm in a coma. I'm in a good coma.
Cyrus,
The
you're too
second
old,
one is-
bro.
Wait, that's
saying the second one is
You
a
know, I
simple
have-
one. Read one is a simple one. I mean, that makes no sense to me. So
You know,
I think
Ekalavya,
it's time to die.
that's
For
very
me
well
personally, it's time to end my life. I don't see the point of living.
No, but like Shreyas will get it right.
that's very
Hopefully.
well said. But I just had one question. What's an Excel sheet?
See,
The
you're too
moment
old
Shreyas
again.
says,
See, Excel sheet for all our viewers, right? Who probably have boring lives and working in boring jobs, they'll know what an Excel sheet is. So you'll get the reference.
that's everyone,
right?
yeah.
Pretty much
Yeah.
everyone, right? So you'll get the reference. And basically, Web 3 is people who are sick of big tech companies, Facebook and all owning all your data. You're just hoping it'll get decentralized. Just throw the word decentralized. People will automatically think, oh yeah, it makes sense. Yeah.
Maharashtra is decentralized.
What?
Because NCP, Shiv Sena and Congress run Maharashtra, so we're decentralized.
See,
but
you give
Vinay
such
Nair-
examples, people will think, yeah, this guy knows his shit. He's being funny. So
Exactly. Vinay Nair
works.
says something about dog file, but I couldn't read it. Says using floppy drive. Listen, it's 8. There are pills for that.
Can we take one last question because it's about me. Bharat Balachandran
How
says,
sweet. He did it all. So here's the answer.
sorry.
Yes,
Abbas
join me, Ekalavya, join me. No, Abbas, we don't have
it's
time.
on the
No.
screen. We have to take it. Abbas seems to be more fun in this second avatar. Earlier, he was more stoic and calm. Wonder what changed this. Because we are live now, and I have to do
I
this
know.
every day with Cyrus. Yeah, Cyrus, go ahead. What's your
No,
take?
but no, you were always, your delivery style is this.
Yeah, true.
If they think you're hyper, I think that's a little of a stretch, but
No, watching
yeah. What do you think,
Silvery
Shreyas? He's different?
would do that.
I do see. I think the rivery has brought out something
The
within you. A
best in me,
fire.
yeah,
I
yeah,
think
yeah,
so. I
yeah.
think so.
What rivalry? For rivalry, you need the other team to turn up now. Come on. What? Rivalries are one-sided.
I want to be back once when Silvery is also here, right? Like there's so much you all have hyped Silvery up so much that like the legend of Silvery.
He really is. He's the ghost who walks, the phantom. Nobody knows. Is he there? Is he not there? You should bring Ekalavya back when Silvery is hosting. Chalo. So as you, the guest has passed the test, the anchors and me have not. But hey, that's life. Chalo. Are we
Okay,
done? Why is, what
Cyrus,
are you
you'll have
doing,
to do
Abbas?
the thing you did before now.
The rollover script. I'm back to the rollover
that's
script.
supposed to be read, but sure.
Oh, that's not supposed to be read.
No.
Then why do they write it, Shreyas? Why do they write it? I mean, the book title says, Back to East or whatever. I mean, that's the title. Okay, let's read it. And for all the combat sport fans, but I need some classical music in the background.
Please, no.
Please,
Give us some
please.
fighting
One last
music,
time we're
please.
ending.
You can
I'm
end
going
it
to
with
walk dogs
classical
and all this.
music.
Come. And for the combat sport fans, we have another live show for you at 7:30 p.m. Do check out the Fight Mania Podcast's YouTube channel, where the hosts Arjun, Chipalkatti, and Samesh Kamra will go live to give you weekly fight updates. And this is what happens when you lose the fight. My God. Wow, Shreyas,
And,
I can't believe you don't have girlfriends. So charming. All right.
Shama.
Ekalavya show is
Apologies
called
to Shama, right?
Once
Yeah,
again,
well,
Well, she started it. It's her fault. She gave the idea to him.
Sorry, Cyrus, I didn't get you.
The podcast is called, as
It's
you
called
say, by-
Future Proofing with me, Ekalavya Battacharya. It was supposed to be called Future Proofing with Eka, but apparently the client didn't like the SEO of Eka. So now it's Ekalavya Battacharya. So anyway, shout out
That
to the
client
client
is
again.
no longer with you, right?
What?
Okay, yeah. Wow. That was MOM marketing at its best. Okay, fine. Done.
No,
All
yeah,
right.
no one calls it. Like, my
from-
name is too long, man. Ekalavya Battacharya. Like people fall asleep by the time they say my whole name. So it's always been Eka.
So-
And like even I was surprised when I say
But
on
I don't
camera.
know you well enough to call you Eka. Can I call you Bob?
I'll call you like Charlie then. Like, we'll figure it out.
Okay.
Perfect.
So my name is short. My name is almost one syllable.
you call him
I'm
Bob.
giving you a shorter option, right? EKA, BOB, like almost.
But that sounds like you're my sweetheart. Eka. Eka. I'm not. I feel. I don't. Unless
See, that's how I
I'm doing
market
a Silvery dance.
myself, right?
Yeah. Ikke pe Eka. Okay, guys. I have to
Before we
walk
wrap
out.
up,
May I go?
Cyrus,
And before we wrap up, just this thought came to me. Don't forget to download the Jupiter Money app on the Apple Store, the Google Play Store. Repeat it. Silvery. I mean, Shreyas.
oh, you're missing
What's
Silvery.
happening?
With some classical music.
My pills. Where are my
Yes,
pills?
with some classical music. Yeah.
This is exactly what the
This is the
closing
final-
music is also.
Shout
Yeah,
out to Jupiter.
final
Yes,
crescendo.
Thank you,
Go.
Jupiter.
Okay, catch us on any of the podcasting apps, please. We beg you, we need you. Send us your questions on Twitter on Cyrus Says In. Or you can email us, even if you're not female, on whatcyrussays@gmail.com.